Hey guys, Marcel here, and today I want to talk about the three levers of results. Now, these are the three things that basically make up your investment and accumulation results, right? They are the ingredients to growing your liquid or retirement assets such as TFSAs, RSPs, investment accounts, etc. So, if you're ready, let's jump into why these matter and which ones you should focus on and which ones you can control. All right, so let's jump in. Okay, the three levers of results. So whenever you are calculating how much $1,000 a month is going to be worth, even if you're looking to figure out, what is a $500,000 house going to be worth when I retire, all of these accumulations, all of these growth, where you're talking about returns, so interest and rates of returns on an asset, as well as input, those are the ingredients that make up your results. So whether it's the cash you're going to contribute, so when you're talking about retirement planning or even saving for a house, how much of your money you're going to put in is a factor to consider, right? It's an important one. And ideally, that's the one you want to put the least. So you want the most results, the biggest accumulation you can have by using the least of your money, right? That's one ingredient, and it is well within your control, all right? Next is time. How much time is interest gonna compound or accumulate on your asset, your investment account, your RSP, TFSA, etc.? Are you gonna, pull it all out in 5 years or 25 years? Are you buying your house at age 25 or 55? How many years is the return or the growth gonna happen on that asset? You can also control that, but in many ways you can't control that because, age 65 is age 65. And, there's a lot of other factors in life that will impact how much time you actually have. But fundamentally, there's no time like the present because the more years you can have interest impacting and compounding to improve your results, the better, right? So I think we're all familiar with that notion. And lastly, the other ingredient is the rates of return. How much returns, how much interest, how aggressively is interest and returns gonna grow and inflate your assets, your savings accounts, etc., right? Plugging in a 1% return or growing at 1% is completely different than growing at 10% because, if 1% on 1% on 1% is totally different than earning 10% on 10% on 10% year over year over year, particularly on many, many years, if you're talking about 20, 30 years. So the rates of return is also dependent on, your appetite for risk, your goals, as well as your the amount of time, your time horizon. But those are the three ingredients that I work with clients closely to figure out, all right, well, what's the mix of these three that'll get you to your goal? Which ones are reasonable given the mix of circumstances involved in your life and the goals that we're looking at, right? So usually we know higher risk, higher returns, lower risk, lower returns. So you can control the rate of return. You can also control your rates of return by lowering your investment fees, keeping more of your own money, keeping it compounded and growing. The more of your own money that you keep to grow and accumulate, the higher rate of return you get by default by doing that, which is a tailwind to your accumulation for retirement, etc. So all of these concepts I cover in the Plan Your Finances project, which is my online learning academy. You can go to onvisor.ca, click learning, and it'll bring you to the page where you can purchase the course or download a free tool or two if you're so inclined. And please, lastly, if you enjoy this content, please share it with your friends and family, repost it. It helps me spread the word, and it'll help many others that you care about educate themselves and empower themselves to make better financial decisions. All right, till next time, cheers.